Hello, hello, welcome. So today, testing is the word of the day. I think it's maybe more or less the last thing I really need to take care before I can really release the 0.1 version. So yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get um, a simple test thing going. And that means a complete thing, a complete test thing. Let me just quickly motivate that, why this is so important. So we have tests, right? We have different tests for different things, and we can do our tests by doing the task test, right? And then it will also write a coverage report out. Let me quickly fetch that. So it's doing the test. So you see 15 tests passed, so all is good. Now, if I'm looking into the coverage, that's under the HTML coverage. There's a HTML index, and that looks like something like this. So you can see now the coverages for different function. And one what caught my eye was the false extractor having 50 something percent, 58%, yeah. But click in there, you see, well, this is not a problem, but this here is. So basically, I'm not testing ever the MPC summation, I think, yeah? The summation of forces, so that doesn't get tested. It's not getting tested, but also it's not getting executed via the test. So that's a major problem. Okay, so what I wanted to do was to do a simple FEM model. And I did that, so I did a really simple model. Let me quickly open it up. So this is the model. It's a really simple, right? 8 elements, 1 rigid, a force, and an SPC. That's all there is. And the FEM deck you can see here, it's a couple of hundred lines long. And then I now compress that even further to having just the important parts for my script. And this is also something which I would like to discuss a little bit more in depth because maybe that's useful for some of your applications as well. So basically, I know exactly where this test code should go into. We see here we have the force extractor and the test force extractor. Now, the test force extractor, that's exactly the method where it should go. And I have also a test extract forces where this should do something, but you see that the mocking return values are just some stupid numbers. So here, there should be the FEM, and here, there should be the MPC return value, the simple model, so to speak. But now you don't want to clutter it up, so basically delete all this and make something like this and then post 128 lines in there. So what I thought would be better is if we do this following. We create a simple package, test resources, and then a simple model. And here we can just abstract this thing away. So we can take here the multiple lines in here and then just call a simple model, a simple method in the test forces extractor that this is not cluttered, right? So that makes sense. Now the simple model here, the lines should go in there. But the thing is, now if I just paste the lines from here, no, wait a second, from here, quickly get that right. Don't need that, don't need that. Ah, we kept that. All right. Many files. All right. So here's the line. So if you just copied a bunch of those lines in here, they will not be properly formatted. And that's where the skill comes into place. So I just copy that into a notepad, and then I just already started. So this is the complete file I would need. And I started to adding quotes at the beginning of each line by just holding down Shift Alt. Then I can just click here and see you can have multiple lines. Doesn't really work with the end of the line. Well, it could work, but the problem is here there's no more spaces, and I don't want them to. So basically, I have something different in mind. There is an option where you can have a search and replace. So replace, and then you have to be sure to have it here in extended mode. And I think the command I'm looking for is \r\n. Let's just search for that. Should be in every line. Yeah. So this is the new line character. And we want to replace that by yeah, Yeah, I have to do it in 2 steps. So I want to replace it by a quotation sign and then \r\n. This will just do the quotation sign at the end. So let's just do that. So we have that now in every line, right? That makes sense. And now I switch back to normal mode and try to replace every... How was that even right? Oh, that was not even right. Wait a second, I Control Z my way out of that and just replace it not by \r\n, but add a comma in here as well. Oh, in the extended mode, yeah. So something like this. Now, back to normal mode. Then here the quotation mark, and I replace that with \n quotation mark. Because I need that also in the... Do I? I don't know. I don't. I think I don't need that. I don't need a new line character there. Do I? I'm not sure. What would the read lines method give us? I think it would, right? Let's add it. So in normal mode, we replace backslash with quotation sign with \n quotation sign. Now this also will do the front, but the front we don't want. So here we can do again the Shift Alt method, right? But I think that should work. So if I now paste that in here, this should make sense. Let's see if I have something in the model reader test data. Yeah, you see that those things are in here. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're right with this approach to do it like this. So here's the complete model. And now I can just return lines, right? And now I can just import this thing. So I can now do the following. The more things here is to get simple model FEM. And here there should be get simple model MPC, but I have to create that. I have to create that still. So here, something like that. And basically we could make something up here. We don't have to use the real data. But just for completeness sake, I would. Should we? I mean, what we could do is change the values here because they're a little bit bad to work with. Yeah. Okay, but same thing again. I'm not sure what we would need here, but I think definitely, well, maybe let's keep all. That gives us a chance to try this method once more, right? So basically you paste this thing here in, then let's just do, that I could also record that as a macro, right? If we do that multiple times, I think I might do that. So in extended mode, I go and search for every replace R and N, so every new line character, and then replace that by quotation sign, comma, backslash R, backslash N. So this deals for the end. We have that. Um, and then easy mode, the quotation sign will be replaced with backslash N quotation sign. In the easy mode, you see that backslash N is not interpreted like a new line character, but it's interpreted like a real, like text. Yeah, so this is the difference. Now the only thing left for me to do is go on the first character, Shift Alt and click, and have just a quotation sign here, because that should give us now the thing we should be able to paste in here, right? So wait a second, simple model. Now here, instead of this rubbish, we would just paste this in, and there seems to be a bug. The last line did not get treated. Yeah, that's because there was no new line character, and that's why it did not get picked up by our first command. So we have something for the MPC forces file to work with as well. That's good. And now I'm pretty interested in what this will be then, right? So the test force extractor now for sure has not a 0 anymore, but something with values. To get the values straight, let's check the the node IDs. So I think there is something to turn on the node IDs. Cannot remember where that was. Well, there is something here. Let's see. If I just select the nodes here, yeah, I mean, I could also just look here, right? That's maybe the easier one, but I think there's something here, something like show identifier or so. Yeah, never mind. I would like to see this. So 6110, 61 and 9, and 61 and 02. So those are the bottom three ones. And so I think the upper three ones are those. And the master node is not in here, right? 6111 is not in here. Right, okay. So 611 has no force. That's why it's not in here. Okay, that means it's pretty easy to have that have that summed, right? Okay, let's Control Z and let's just do our simple Excel trick. And do the thing what the program does manually. So to be honest, I have no idea where which part is which. And I think that should not be a thing which we opt for. Yeah, so basically I just did the thing in Excel. And if I just do that with the upper and lower sum, so you can see this is one sum and this is the other sum. So for one part and for the other part. See, it's like this. And so basically, let's just scale that as a number. And let's do it like this. Oh, interesting. Didn't think that this would also be big. Okay, interesting. And here, same thing. All right, very interesting. So it's not straightforward. Could maybe made an even simpler model for that one. But it's all right. So basically what I can do now is I can just create those two vectors and just say that for one of the entries, the false vector difference should be 0. Yeah. So I have the forces. Force 1 is something I still have to fill in. Let's see if I can do that by just copying it from that thing. Yeah, that works. Not quite, but yeah, you get the difference. You get the idea. The tabs are pretty stupid. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this would be force 1, and then we have a force 2. And here the values are 0, 0, and then a bunch of numbers. So we take the first two zeros, less decluttering work, and then we just fill it out. So for force in forces, false values is forces. Well, to be honest, forces is a map, so a dictionary with the keys of the part idea, and then we have the false values. So basically, it's not that. So if I go items, I think here I can go with part ID and then force, right? So we don't really need that. So diff 1 is why is that force 0? I think that's wrong. So zip force 1 and force would make sense. So A1 minus B, AI minus BI for AI BI in zip. Yeah, so that makes sense. But I think this would be, I need the sum of that. Yeah, so summary, sum of the differences. But there's another possibility which we would like to have written off, and that's for sign change. So let's take the sum of absolute differences. Yeah. So that's diff 1, and then we have diff 2, which would be that one. Force 2 and force, and then self-assert true that one of them is below 0.01 exactly. This will for sure not work, but we will find out why. And if it would work, then we did everything correct. Alright, so I will just do that as a minus because that's proper syntax. And now let's look into the code report. Still did not push through here. Uh-oh. Okay, so that did not work. Why did it not work? Let's use just a print of forces and let's see what this is giving us. Ah, this is not working, right? Okay, so I think I have to change the launch configuration. I mean, that's maybe the proper way of doing that. So go into the launch JSON and then what would we have to launch? That would be the test force extractor. Yeah. So let's make a breakpoint. So it's a test case, yeah, and I think that should work. That should all work. Yeah, let's make a breakpoint here and press F5 to start it. Let's see. So what is forces? Forces is nothing. Okay. So we have to read lines return value, so that worked. But I think the get MPC forces did not work. Okay, so forget about this. Let's do that once more. And I'll debug here into. So we have the self node ID to forces is MPC forces reader. And then get nodes to forces. Yeah, let's go also into this method. And let's jump over here, over there. Now let's see, what is the file content? The file content now is, wait a second, that's the wrong one. Wait a second. That is the wrong one. So this is the first one, yeah? Get simple MPC. Why did it not do that? I'm not getting that one. So here I clearly say the lines is this. I hope there's not a problem because I call that lines for both cases. No, there isn't, right? Okay, let's check it again. If I press F5 and just go here and see what the MPC readlines MPC return value is, that should be, yeah, this is the correct file. Right? So that makes sense. And the MPC mock is, can I see that here? But basically this correlates to this one. Okay, so again, I go into there, into here, because you see here, MPC forces reader, right? So the file content is now none. Let's also step into this one. Yeah, but you know, see, nothing. Can see nothing. Yeah, the thing is, this reader now. That doesn't give me something back, but wait a second. So this is the MPC forces reader, right? And we have the file content. And here we have the wrong function. Why is that? Maybe because I need a comma here. No. Okay, that's strange. Maybe because the method is called the exact same. But that's that would be stupid, right? That would be pretty stupid. I think I have to Google a little bit about this one. So Python patch multiple multiple methods. What can I find here? Oh, there's also patch multiple. Okay, so it's definitely also a problem. Python use multiple patch decorators to basically we have exactly that. So I'm reading now here through an article which maybe makes sense. Yeah, so we have now here module with util, test my and test util. And the my is in another folder structure. Okay. So from my model util, import util and get data. Okay, data, get data. Yeah, okay. I think that's just the classes, right? Add a unit test for the main function. To test the main body with the mapper, I need to mock both the util and get data method. Alright. Firstly, I add another patch and specify the return value. It doesn't change the test body though. So what I don't have is the in the test main. Alright. Let's receive the mock objects as the arguments. Yeah. The interesting part is the order of argument. As you can see, I can get the mock from bottom up order of the patch decorators. Bottom up. So I have it switched. Oh, that's the problem. So basically that's all correct, but it's bottom up. It's like so. That should work then. Alright, that's odd. A second, let me put that aside. That's odd. Now if I step over here, forces is not empty anymore. Alright. Okay. Now let's see if I pass the test. So, what's the diffs? 4 and 3. No. Okay. So it didn't work. So that's 0. Then we have a 1 here, a minus 0.9 here, and a 0 and a 0. Let's compare that to Excel. Yeah, I think that was correct. But then this diff did not work. Force 1, that's that one. And force. Ah. Ah. Why is force? What is forces dot items giving us? It has one length. Oh. Huh? So this is a MPC. What is forces? What data type is forces? Is that not a it's a dictionary. And what do we put in there? MPC to forces. The MPC element. Oh, okay. So basically, what I did not do was I want to have something like this. Yeah. Okay, key error 0. Okay, yeah. Yes, for sure. That's not how it works. Dot items. Ah, okay. Dot items and then the 0th item. No. Dict items is not subscriptable. Well, wait a second. I think I don't understand that. So forces dot items is key and yeah, okay, so this is MPC. Yeah, this is MPC. And then force. No, wait a second. This is not MPC. This is part to force. Right? So force is part to force. Oh man. Wait a second. I have to figure that one out. So this is for every MPC. And now I do for force in part to force dot items. Yeah. And now I should be good to go. This is for sure wrong. Okay. It looks a bit stupid. Only one NPC here. Okay. So this should be done part to force. Should have 1 and 2 as keys. Those are the part IDs. Yeah. And now this should be a force. Yes. So what's the difference here? Difference is 0. Please. No. Oh, diff 2, my only hope. 12. Come on. Alright, so force 1 is this thing, and the other one is this thing. Oh, interesting. We have something like um oh, I'm stupid. Wait a second. I think I figured out what the problem is. Where's my simple model? Set moment is the last number, but then X force should be the huh? No. Huh? Okay, so here there should be a Y force, a Z force, and an X moment. What did I do? Somehow that doesn't make sense. So this is this column. That makes sense. And here there are no values in my Wait a second. I will just copy out those things once more. and just paste them in. I think the just a column being yeah. Okay, I see what the problem is. I have one false wrong and just by one position. Yeah. Hopefully that is it. So let's see. Where's my test force extractor? So here is a 0 and then -1. And actually, there should be a 0 and a -1. Yeah. Okay, I'm not getting it. Wait a second. I'm not getting it. So let's go through here. Now let's see. Force 1 is this one. Force is this one. This pretty much is correct. -1 and -0.91. And the diff 1 should be what? That doesn't make any sense. The sum of the absolute differences A1 minus B1 and A1 B1 in SIP force 1 and force. I'm either totally blind. So we have 0 minus 1 minus 9.1, 0.002, and the rest is zeros. Same thing here. Yeah, I'm totally blind. It starts with the second one is -1. But to be honest, what's now the problem? So we're talking about this force. What I return is this thing. There should be a 0 minus something. -1, yeah. Could be. 0.6. That's no. That's 0, right? Yeah, I'm stupid. I have figured that I have a problem in the... This sums to 0, more or less. So yeah, it is the problem. There is something wrong here. Just because something is 0, that doesn't mean there's no values at all. But if I look now back on my Excel sheet, there should not be something here. Okay. So the last two values are those two. There's nothing here. Cannot be that there's something here. Okay. Let's just do it again. Okay. So that worked. That didn't work. Uh-huh. Okay, some more debugging. So, huh? Can we please not go over here? Just go over there. So, that's perfect, right? So I could say this is correct. And now the second ones, diff 1 is for sure not correct, and this one is correct. What the hell? Is there another force? No. Huh? I'm not sure what that thing is. So this works for me if I press F5, run 2 tests in whatever seconds. Yeah, that works. Huh? And here task test does not work. Okay, so it fails. Assertion error, false is not true. And which one is it? Why is this not true? So we will print the two diffs. Something is not making sense. So we have 1.9 and 10.1. So there is something which is not working if I execute this test in combination with other tests. I think we have a bigger problem. Of some instances which are being not... Well, what could that be? So basically it can just be the following. It can just be the following. Here the forces, the MPC forces, get MPC forces. This is, I think, what does it return? MPC to forces. The MPC to forces is an instance variable here, so that it's always initialized correctly. But here in self-reader rigid elements, that's a little bit... That is a little bit bad design. That could be something. So the self.reader. Where's self.reader is being chosen to be none at first. Okay. And then we have self-reader is FAM file reader. And this one has rigid elements, which is an empty list. Let's see. So we have a data structure MPC object, and then we have 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So that doesn't make any sense. This is rubbish, and this is a major bug. This is not something which is just a syntax error. This is a major bug. So basically, somehow, when I'm creating the instances, let's just quickly walk through the test, what I'm doing here. With somehow the return values for the lines, that should be good. Then we have the MPC force extractor, that's new, right? And then we have forces, is force extractor get MPC forces. So this is the method where it all starts. And here, the node ID to forces is the MPC forces reader. And here, the nodes to forces is also empty at first, right? It's an empty dict, but somehow it isn't. Well, let's just do the following. Let's just print it here. If that's the case, then I have to rethink my way of getting that. So this is an empty dictionary. That works. Okay, I have not a problem until this point. So then let's print it here. If that's now making sense to us, This should contain 6 forces, more or less. Yeah, that seems about right. The ideas seem yeah. So okay, that's all right. So we now have the FEM file reader. I want to see if the rigid element. Oh, I think I see what the problem is. The MPC, the graph, Wait a second, the graph it's the graph. Okay, we have that MP, whatever, and then where is this graph being built? In entities. That's the problem. This is the problem. This is exactly the problem. This is exactly the problem. Oh man, that is a real bug. So reset the graph. That's very important. Yeah, I'm not sure if we should do something like this, but something like this. No, let's not do it like that. Let's make a proper method, yeah? So in the element there should be a static method which I may place really here. Which is a static method, and we just make a new graph here. Yeah. Now let's test it again. This should now work. Yeah. See it? That's a real bug. And yeah, I cannot stress that enough how the tests help you in this regard. You see, I'm just doing some lazy testing and complaining about that I didn't put columns in the right places and whatnot. But you see, this testing now just helped me to catch a real serious bug, because that was actually doing the following thing. The element graph, which just has the connections between all the nodes, is a thing which was never being initialized. So with every session, if you execute a certain routine more than once in the testing environment, we're exactly doing this. If you're doing that and the graph is never being resetted, then you have all the connections there's. And so with the MPC forces extractor, which is the main class to trigger this whole process, we are doing this, right? So I think that's okay. And there's no static method here. Yeah. All right. That was a critical bug fix. Okay, now let's see. Now I think those red lines should go away. That's good. So basically, the only thing here is something with the master node. We could add that. We could add that just for completeness. We could add that. How should we do that? Let's just see in the model what the master node ID looks like. So that would be this node. It's 6111. And then let's go into the simple model and add something like here. 6111. And let's just put zeros. Zeros everywhere. Okay, let's do the testing again. That should not be a problem. Just the master node gets added. And now we should have something like a... We have that. Now we don't have this line. Well, yeah, screw it. I think that's okay. Now, coming back to here, I think the testing is Almost pretty good. So the TCL visualize command is not being tested at all. When I think about it, this visualizer connector parts, I have a bad stomach feeling, to be honest. So let's go in here. Where is this thing? It's not a writer, right? So it's visualize. Yeah. I have a bad feeling because the graph is not resetted here. So let's just be sure that we have a graph resets. Because I think I'm not sure where this is doing. Connected part ID to connected element IDs. Yeah, see. Wait, how the hell is this thing? So okay, so in the initialization it is there. Okay, so no need for the graph to be resetted here. All right. So just just a little bit of a a little bit of a problem here. Yeah, okay, so basically what I would like to do is task run on the main model, on this model I was working on right now, and just see at the commands which is there. Because then we can maybe also just test the visualization thing. This may also require us to mock something, not in the input state, but to catch the output or so. I'm not sure how we want to do this, because I don't want to create the TCL code for it. So no idea how to do this right now. But yeah, so we have to test false extractor. But basically, how would the visualization get tested? So this is the visualization method, right? And so it's all that here. Just this two lines here. And maybe we don't really need that, because output TCL lines for part, we can skip that maybe, right? Or maybe to just mock the file write method and to just to do nothing, right? That could be a solution. So yeah, let's just check that. I think we have to test the whole model here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We can maybe do that also here, but I want to do it in a separate method. What am I doing? Do we need that? No. I want to add the visualization things. Yeah. Okay. So this is another dummy path. Oh, we need the element. So that should be the data structure. Mm-hmm. Okay. We have the necessary imports. I want to mock now for sure the FEM read lines. So that would be that one. Read lines FEM. Right. Don't we need a self? Yeah, we do. Self, come up. By the way, total banger right now. This one. Spotify just gave up on me. Something went wrong. Try reloading the page. Okay. Yeah, cannot show it to you. Would you buy Campbell Alchemist? Yeah. Crit tune. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I'm not focusing. Let's focus back on coding. So we have that. I think that's okay. Now what would we have here? We have to have the mock read lines to have an output value with the simple FEM model. Perfect. And then I would like to patch the file write method, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I just don't want to do it. Is there a way to catch that? The return value is none. I'm not even sure if that works. Yeah. Okay. Nevertheless. So what are we doing now? If the walking works, we have a reader with a dummy path, but that makes not a problem because, yeah, we just have that. And then we have create entities. What does that do? It just creates the elements. That's all good. Should be possible because we have the FEM lines from here, and those lines make sense. That's good. So we create the entities. Then we have the part ID to connected parts, whatever. So here we could do something like assert that the number of parts is 2. So part ID, no, self assert true. That's not none, okay. But let's also assert the length. Yeah. Yeah, is equal to 2. Okay, then we have the visualizer, which does the TCL commands. And can we access that? Can we access that? I think we might. This and if we cannot, I will rewrite the code. So we have the commands here, right? That's okay. Why not do it like this? Let's have it like this. Self.commands is an empty list. And now we can just make the following things. Self.commands is this, and this. And now we could say that in our testing, so the commands is the commands, yeah? And then self length should be 3. No, I think it should be grade comp. It should be 6. So the first line would be part 1. Then the second line is grid mark elements. Now, the elements I have to check. So let's just say, well, I don't know which one it would take first. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cool. 5, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah. That's pretty cool. So elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many files. So that should be move mark elements and then part. Something like this. Here we need backslashes for those things. Yeah, and automatically reformats that code. That's also pretty awesome. So that would be the first thing, and then we have the second thing. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah, that's also total bullshit. That would be part 1, and I would be part 2. So this will for sure not work, because I messed something up, and I'm not sure if that works. But yeah, so no, let's do following. Let's do the following. Let's do command in command expected. So I'm not really caring that much about the order, because it could be that part 1 is part 2 and part 2 is part 1. That could be totally it. I'm not sure how the connected subgraph option is working, so I'm doing that rather this way. But yeah, now let's just run it and hope for the best. But I'm not really thinking that the mocking, I'm not sure if that works, and the other one is if it works at all. So test visualize whatever has an error, module not found, named file. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is not the way it's supposed to go. How is it supposed to be called? So we have the file write command, but this file write command is maybe something like, what is this write command? What's the package here? io.write. Yeah. Alright, let's check if that works. But I think safe. Yeah, this will definitely require me to do some debugging. Let's just see if maybe. Okay. IO has no attribute write file. Okay, let me just Google that one. Patch file.write method Python. Built-ins open. Huh. With patch built-ins.open. Huh? Mock built-ins.open or module.open. Module equals the module name that contains write data. Okay, it seems to be that it is this built-ins method. Uh-huh. Okay. Another rabbit hole to fall into. So it seems that I could do just something like this. So we have the built-ins. And then we can patch built-ins.open, but I'm not sure why I would. Yeah, if that works, that makes no sense. So, yeah, okay. Let's just try that one. But, failed errors. Okay. It has no object dot commands. Visualizer connected parts has no object called commands. Yeah. Why? Because that method does not work. Should I do a get setter method here? It's maybe a little bit cleaner. Why the hell doesn't it do that? It's maybe a little bit cleaner. Ah, sorry. Okay. Think there's still a problem. So we have the self.commands, and it's in this class. Self.commands is an yeah, it isn't an empty list. Yeah, but you know what? This is just so stupid. Let's not do that. Bam bam bam. Commands is visualizer dot commands. You know, I'm mixing sometimes Python and Java syntax pretty much, and that's not a good thing. So, non-type object does not support the context manager protocol. Uh-huh. What? So, I think the open thing did not work right. It did not work. No. I was putting my hopes into it. Man, I was... Huh. Hmm. Okay, so non-type object does not support the context manager protocol. What the hell is this? So TCL visualize pi in line 74. Yeah, that's maybe the opening statement. 74 with open blah 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 as file. So this is something, yeah, maybe this thing is, this is a zero. This is a null. This is a null. Yeah, okay, that's time for ChatGPT. Seems not that I can find my way with Google out of that one. So, Okay, let me see. So I need to mock away this. Hmm. OS path join is maybe the problem. But okay, so first thing, there is this way of having something like, so built-ins is not being used. Okay, forget about this. We need something like mock open here. Okay, mock open here, and then have this was correct. Then new callable mock open. And what do I do with that? Yeah, I could now make something like assert that it has been called and so on, but yeah, let's just call it again and see if it's now having a different error. No, you don't much. Seems rarely that I have to do that. Man, that's stupid. So the OS path join method is something to also mock away. Really? I'm not sure if them. So mock open, used to mock the behavior of the open function. You don't need to worry about file I/O during test. Patch is okay, and assertions, yeah. Not sure what this thing does. Okay. Let's see if the error helps it. Okay, the problem is the... Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. The problem is that I need to reference also the module where it's happening. So something like this. Okay, let's see if that solves it. Oh man, screw you. Man, I cannot get around with that. Is that correct? Visualize, TCL, visualize. I think that's not correct. So basically, this is the method. And then this would be the class. So this would be clear, then visualize should be the package. Visualize, yeah. Then TCL visualize. And then, well, this is the module, but the module did not work. So should I also give it the class? Hmm. Yeah, okay, let's do some more debugging. I think this is still something I cannot quite get. Oh man. Sometimes you just gotta love that. Okay. Ah man. All right. Now let's see. Yeah, sometimes you just have to love that. So let's see. I want to make a breakpoint here and just look at that and see what we are getting. So commands. Yeah, create entity comps name part equals 1. So that's correct. Then we have basically, that's exactly what I would like to have. Hmm. I don't get it. Move mark. Is there some stupid mistake here? So, what's command? Create entity comps name equals part 1. That's in there. Next command. Create mark elements 1, 1. Yeah, that's in there. Ah, the third command is not in there. Wait a second. Which? Ah. Ah, I see it. Man, today is stupid season, really. Today is stupid season. Okay, let's see. Task test. Does that work? Okay. So we tested now also that, and I can now go to the coverage report. And we see we have now 83%. I think deletion I don't need to test, and I think that's that. Okay, what else is there? Summary writer. The summary writer is not being tested at all. And also, I think this is one of the most ugly, the ugliest class I think I have right now. As it just does outputting something. I'm not, yeah, I'm not that sure how to test it, but I mean, we could test it with the with the simple model again, right? So basically that would be here. So we have okay, well, it's just a false extraction, but yeah, it's also the main class. Can I do? Is there something? Sometimes I really would wish that we don't have output folder. No, there's nothing here. Let me see how this is done in the main Maybe that's also, it's all in the main. Ah, there's a summary writer, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing all that stuff into one thing here, but on the other hand, test extract forces. Yeah, but if I just do tests writing summary, I would have to do all of this anyway. So basically, I could also make something like test extract forces and summary. That makes more sense. So we have checked the forces, and now we have the summary writer, which is an import. And then we have different values here. That would be the force extractor and the output folder. And what do I do with that summary writer? Add header. Oh, that's a good thing. We have a write lines method, which is just okay to be not tested, right? So the add MPC lines should be there. And then now let's see what the lines are. All right. And now let's just print that. I just want to have it failed here, that I can get the prints. So there's something here, right? What could we check for? That's all? Part ID 1. So we could check for the fset value in here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty shitty test design, right? But for line, well, let's do that differently. Let's do line.strip for line in the lines. Because then we don't have that thing. And then we can make something like self assert true, blah, 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 in lines. So that would be something like fset equals 1.000. That's one of those things which should be there. And that's maybe a good thing to have that even for both of those values, right? So that would be a little bit more. Yeah, how should you say that? Okay, so this would be force 1, and then the other force would be the f set is 1, so we can just copy that one and make that here, but yeah, it's maybe a little bit cheating. Is that then 2 spaces? No, it's just 1 space. Yeah, so then this is also different. Yeah, and then let's just also copy again the MX line. And let's check for the 1319. Okay, that should be enough. I mean, I'm not testing the syntax of everything here, right? So let's do that. Let's do a task test again. I think then we also have the summary writer. Oh, it failed. The MX equals 319. Huh? Ah, sorry. Yeah, that's that. And now So we have that. I mean, we don't have a moment here. And we didn't check this thing. Yeah. But other than that, I would say the overall testing score is pretty good. I'm not one of the guys who says that you do need to have 100% test coverage. For me, it's if you're testing most of the things, I think it's fine. So main Python, no, we don't test the main. Because again, you have to make a lot of mockings here, and for what? This is just the main method which you can adapt to your liking. I would say it's fine for this. So, all right. Forget about the launch JSON. We can discard the changes here. The force extractor, that would be a critical bug fix. That is also needed for that one. I think that should be commutable if there exists such a word. Could also be that it's not committable. Then I will just commit it a whole bunch. Because I need the test to be successful. I think they should be, because just having the bug fixed is should not, but well, it is. Oh, the linting. Okay, MPC force extractor entities has a missing doc string. Yeah, well. Yeah, alright, okay. Well, okay. Well, let's close all. Let's go to the one entities Python file. Data structure entities. So that's the static method here, right? No? Yes. Should be here. Resets. Yep. Amongst others. So let's try that again. So test the entities. Yes. With the T cell visualize, I'm not 100% sure if that maybe gives us a problem. Not the visualize, but the simple model. I mean, I don't have any method description. That's also maybe something we should change before the linter forces me to do those changes. So let's do something like, yeah, simple things here. All right, so that makes sense. Now let's do adding simple model. By the way, is this all there is we did? Yeah, right. So it was the force extractor, yeah. All right, I think then there could be something now like a first release. I mean, the tests are not good. We fixed some major bug. Documentation still can be better, but I mean, let's be honest, it always can be better. I have also a few ideas on how to improve the thing here. So one thing would be multiple load steps. I don't have any idea how to tackle this one because I think the MPC forces file will be quite different, and that is something to do for 0.2, I would say, or 0.11. And yeah, but let's just, I think I will just stay with that for a little while and just also try to apply it on models if I have the time. So yeah, I will just quickly merge the GitHub code or this pull request. And now yeah, so test will be successful, yeah. I'm already guessing that. Um and I think now there should be a new release, right? There should be now a release. So I have to check that for myself how to do this. So draft a new release. Maybe that should be the main branch. First 0.10 release. Can I generate release notes? Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I can do this yet. I think rather than doing it right now, I should first do a pull request from development to main, right? Release preparation. So, I mean, what's there to review? That would be the release version 0.1. Basically, I'm not sure how such things would go now in industry. Would you now go through everything here and say, well, that makes sense? I mean, it was tested and developed on in the development branch for quite a while. So, yeah, I think that should be possible to do that, yeah. So there's now a check being done. That makes sense. Yeah, so let's just merge this pull request. I mean that the main branch is empty right now, so that doesn't make really sense to do something like a critical review. Now, this being merged, I think now let's just do this thing once more. Missing name parameter. Okay, let's do that once more. 0.1.0. Let's do that on the main. Let's do generate release news. Yeah, let's just go with that one. And let's publish release. I'm a little bit nervous on how this will go. But now the actions should be triggering. So the main branch has now the latest and greatest thing here. This now is one commit ahead of development because it was the merge. That's not a problem, I would say. The thing now, what to look for is now if those actions will now succeed. Yeah, this is now the question. But let's just say this succeeds. I think then this tool is ready to be used. And you can use it as simple as it is described here in the README. Just simply do a pip install MPC forces extractor, and then you can just use it with MPC forces extractor. I will for sure make a video about this on how to use it. Maybe doing that on a brand new machine which has nothing installed, and yeah, just make a short demonstration to just yeah, also push a little bit the usage, how it could be used. Maybe also share that with some of my colleagues to test it out and give me feedback on that one, if that's something they're interested in. Yeah, but just reflecting on that, it's a pretty fun experience to do it again, to try to, yeah, do something like this here. So let's see what's now with the main branch. No way. Python linting test install was unsuccessful. Why? Process completed with exit code. Invalid requirement. MPC forces extractor equals. Expected end or semicolon. Okay, there is something wrong here. I think, yeah, I know what the problem is. I changed the workflow that it does not use the set output method anymore. And I think that was a problem. So here the version is the problem. Yeah. Let's see where this is being built. Here. So steps, extract version, outputs version. No, that's not it. Wait a second. So needs test publish and then outputs version. So test publish, outputs version. So steps, extract version, outputs version. So steps, extract version. This was the problem here. Not sure why this was not working. Oh, yeah, okay, there is hmm. Hmm. Well, the version is not correct. So basically, let's just try that once more. Let's go to the main branch. Let's get all the commits. Let's check now on the toml file. The toml file should have the version 0.1.0. But I'm not sure if that works now. Version change. Now let's see if the 1.0, yeah, I mean this is edit release. I mean I don't have a really good answer for this. You see now I have the problem that the action is not working. And the problem is now I changed the version. I just try to debug this thing. And I now would rerun the jobs. But the problem is now, basically I will have to create the tag again. Can I cannot push that to this commit, right? So, so basically what I need to do is go to this thing here, delete the 0.10, delete this release, then draft a new version, make a 0.1.0 again, do nothing as a previous tag, generate the release notes again, and then publish. But this will not work. Will this work? Maybe this works. So now the runs are being done once more, I think. So branch main should now have an action going, but it's not. No, it's not working. Okay. Why? Okay, once more. Delete the release. Now, there's also this tag still there, right? So delete the tag as well. So that's that. And now once more the whole bunch. So I create now a new release. Is there not, where's the draft new release? Releases, draft new release. Target main, tag 0.1.0. Generate, publish. And all that for just testing the stupid action. I mean, that's not such a great way to do it. Maybe there's a better way to do it. I don't know that in a moment. So let's see. Now, this is now pending. And it may fail at this echo version. Maybe then I will rerun it and also activate the debug output statements, because then I can see it a little bit more clearly where the thing is breaking. But debugging actions is something of which is common, so nothing really to worry about. But it's yeah, it costs us some pain. So tests were successful. Now we test publish. Should not be a problem. Now test install is the interesting one. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the problem is this remember version. So run version is 0.10. So I know I know that the set output does not work. So this is where I got this from, because I know, or I have been notified that set output is being deprecated, and the way I have got rid of it was by changing this to whatever it had here. So echo version equals version into GitHub env. So basically, what my question is how can I access the version here from my GitHub env? So I will just do that on the other screen with a little bit of a ChatGPT debugging session. GPT, and see if I can work that through. So the question is, I have, how can I access the GitHub env variables here? So what do I need it for? Well, can make the variable I am interested in is set here. Yeah, fuck me. Um, so ChatGPT tells me to work with set output command. So it tells me now. Oh man. Oh man. Wait a second. I have to change my tune here. So it tells me to use the GitHub output, not the GitHub env, but the GitHub output. Instead of using the deprecated set output command, you append the output to GitHub output like this. Setting the environment variable for the current job. If you need to using version. I'm still not getting why I cannot use it in the test. Yeah, it's between different jobs, right? So I don't get that. Set it in a GitHub env as well for local use in this job. Okay, and the test install job stays the same and can access the output by using needs test publish outputs version. Is not that the thing which is now currently being done? Version needs test publish outputs version. So the only thing which is to change here, if I understood that correctly, is in the workflow file, instead of doing the GitHub _env, I should do the GitHub _out. That's all there is to do. Let me Google that to confirm that. Yeah, it's sad. So you see that here? Echo whatever, run into git output, and then you say needs job 1 outputs output 1. Well, but to be honest, it's not the whole deal. You can echo that thing here into GitHub. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because you do version. Yeah, okay. It's worth a shot. Just sucks that I have to recreate the tag and everything. Workflow adaptation. Maybe that's also a cardinal sin what I'm doing here. That could very well be. So okay, once more we go and have the little fun exercise here. So code tags, delete the 0.1, delete. Cannot do that. Okay, because there is a release here. So delete the release. Yes. Go back to tags. Delete the tag. Delete this tag. Go to code. Go to releases. Draft a new release. Generate a tag. It's in the main branch. Generate the things. Do apply. Now, again, we wait for if it now works. Always fun. Always fun. So caching still also has a problem. So this is also something to look into. Remember version. Does it work now? Well, not sure. I cannot access the GitHub output here. Yeah, but this path with the cache, that's also a little bit bad. Cache not found for input keys. So somehow the key of keying things does not work. Not sure why though. I just look into here and see how this is being done. So cached environment. We have cache v4 and we have a path with .venv. The path with .venv should be correct, right? And then maybe something with that is a problem. I'm not sure. That's something I have to do one also. Yeah, the test install worked. Now the publishing is on the way. Yeah. Nice. So basically now the version is being uploaded to yeah, basically the PyPy index. It sucks that the caching is not working. I have to debug that one. But we do that with the next release, not now. But today I think that's good. By the way, if you have any questions, so just put them into the chat. So I'm done for today, honestly. So with the publishing of version 0.1.0, I would say that's alright. Be green. Yeah, that worked. So basically what we can now do is go to the PyPy index and search for the MPC forces extractor. Yeah, so we have a 0.1. Okay, that does not work with images, strangely. We have more documentation here with the quick start. Maybe some more pictures could be done here. Oh, the coverage report does not work. Oh, that's not good. Why does this not work? But to be honest, that's not a problem. I can do that with Visual Studio Code in a minute. What's this? No. So that's the GitHub pages. Let me just quickly fetch that. Because the 0.1 tag should be here, shouldn't it? I'm not sure. Maybe that's just a tag on GitHub. So, but now again coming back to where we were at PyPy. And let's check that again. So blah blah blah, more documentation here, that works. And now the coverage is there too. Okay, so this was easy to fix. Yeah, and so this should be it. So we can now work with that tool. And I can make a video about it soon to just have that being addressed. And yeah, maybe something like a sweet model file to show off just the capabilities of the software would be not bad. Yeah. Okay, so that's that, right? So not bad. Now main has a lot of new pushes. Now let's do main into development to fetch up with the new commands. Yeah, so main into dev for the next issues. I mean, that's not really a pull request where we have to check something. So that can be created and merged directly. Merge, let's see, from into development from main. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. No, we will for sure not delete the main branch. Yeah, but that's that. So in the MPC forces extractor, we should now have the three branches again. So we have the development, the GitHub pages, and the main branch. That makes all sense. And I think, yeah, that's that. So yeah, maybe I will just try to get a little demo model going. Could be something like this, right? Um, yeah, could very well be something like this. So let's save that under a different name. That would be m_many. And I will just do, I think the split option is pretty good here. There should be, wait a second, I can also find that. So it's 2D, edit elements, and then split. And then we can just do, I think, plate, right? And let's just, yeah. Let's just split that into multiple. And now I want to delete this thing. And now I can just create some more of the rigid elements. Let's go with the most simplest way of doing that. So always calculate node. And then here we just select the two nodes here and say, okay. Will this work? A little bit something which scares me is the degrees of freedom, because there's a 3 degree of freedom for here. But yeah, to just conquer that, let's just create a second one. Okay. And let's test if that works. If that works, we're making many. Did I press abort or something? Because there's no tool showing up. The compute console doesn't work. Okay. Okay, I think that worked. Okay, then let's create some more of them. So we have now pretty pretty big number of rigid elements. Now let's do this test once more. And do the analyze. Many. Okay, that worked. Now I will just copy the mmany, the FEM file and the MPC forces file into the input model, and then we will test it, what the output will be. So we now can be also on the development branch, that we don't have something which we accidentally do. So this can be done. Yeah, let's fetch the new data. Let's go into the main and change the model name to be m_many. Let's do a task run. Okay, it doesn't work because there's nothing like an mmany. Huh? Why? Or maybe it is that fast. I'm not sure. Let's see in the output. So data output, if there's an mmany here. Yeah, so we have now. Interesting. We have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 210. That's interesting. Why is it like that? Not sure. But basically you see that. Yeah, so one which is transmitting force is the element with 2, 1, 4. Maybe we can also sort them for. Yeah, so another thing which may be interesting in the future to have a somewhat structured output for like an XML or JSON file-like output, which can be read in and then further post-processed by other programs, because the data is there in a structured way. So why not also outputting them in a structured way? But you see here now it's a list. And you see a bunch of them are transmitting some force. So for example, this one is transmitting force. That would be rigid element ID with 2, 2, 1. So if I just do something like element and then let's say by idea 2, 2, 1. Okay. So this one is transmitting quite some force. Yeah. Well, that makes also sense, right? Because if you just see, here's the force. It's a little bit small, but there's a force pushing here. And it's having the direct load path. Here's the constraint. So that there is something going over this way is quite a stretch. Basically, that's not happening. What's happening is that you will find that the shortest way from force to constraint will be taken. So if you go back here again, see that 200 and what was it? 200 and I thought 221, yeah, correct. So 221 has now 1 Newton in Fz. And here again. Yeah. So another thing which also transfers a little bit is 220. It's maybe that one. No, that one? 220. Yeah, but you can for sure, you can be sure that where's the idea? Sometimes I'm blind. 9. Can be sure that 9 transfers nothing. If I search here for ID 9, yeah, 0. All over the board. Yeah. Yeah, so this also can be a tool for understanding the structure a little bit more. I'm not sure if this is really a good example of showing the capability of the software, because you will not see something in normal FEA everyday routine. You will not see something like this, but you will see flanges with couple of 100 screws or so. And to have something like this, or yeah, I have to think a little bit about it and come up with a model, with a CAD model, and then show that on this model. Yeah, but I think for now we made some pretty good progress today, and it's also the first real release of the software. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here, for watching, Yeah, so I think I will stop now the series for now and see what I come up with in the future. And yeah, and then we will do another live stream sessions and yeah, continue working on this thing. All right. Take care, guys. See you soon.